Right, let me make sure everybody's on mute. And in the building, what's going on, Ant?
Greetings and salutations, sir.
Okay, we filling up in here. Everybody got some free time tonight. That's what's up. All right. I guess I got to start doing some more night calls, huh?
A better time for me right now. I just got out the shop.
Oh, okay, for sure. That's what's up. All right. Okay. First and foremost, this is not financial advice. Please do not take this as such. This is 100% for education and entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and take your own advice as far as any calls that I'm getting ready to make on any of these assets. Any of the calls that I do make, I'm gonna take myself. So if you do decide to follow me, you do your on doing that on your own accord, not based off of a recommendation that I made. Cool. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I am taking coin requests. Try not to duplicate any coin that someone else may have said. Y'all can either drop them in the Discord or you can drop them in the chat. It'll probably be easier if you just drop it in the chat. If you don't want me to take a look at a coin, you want me to take a look at a stock, I can do that as well. So the floor is open. You can drop them in the chat. But I'm gonna do some assets before I jump into coin requests or stock requests. All right, so taking a look at the total market cap, we're currently trading at 3.61 trillion. That is almost $4 trillion. When we first were growing into the crypto market, I can remember at times where the total market was only a few hundred billion. And now we have grown to a $4.27 trillion market cap. A lot of people like to say that the crypto market is over with, that you might have missed a boat. I'm here to say that this thing is just getting started. The crypto market is going to be around for a very long time, much like the stock market has been around for a very long time. The evolution of finance has been around for hundreds of years. So this is just a natural progression of things to come in the financial markets. So let me go ahead and see what we got going on. I'm looking at a monthly time frame right now. Let me open this up so y'all can get a much clearer picture. Right now, we're in a range between 3.29 trillion and 4.27 trillion. Anything that starts breaking below 3.29 trillion, you're going to be looking at $2.87 trillion. Right now, we're getting a lot of rejections from this area right up here. These wicks, those are all rejections. You do not have any candlestick closures above my yellow line right here, which is at $3.9 trillion. If I break this down to a weekly, you can really start to see the rejection and still playing inside of that range that I was just talking about. But as it stands right now, let me draw a trend line. I'm going to draw a trend from right here. We're still holding the uptrend on the total market. Still holding the uptrend on the total market. Now, the total market is comprised of the heavyweights of all the crypto assets. I would say the top 10. The top two being Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that's what the total market cap is. Now, Bitcoin is seeing some sell pressure along with Ethereum seeing the sell pressure. We're going to take a look at those in a moment. But the total market cap has not given a sell signal just yet. You're still trading on the trend line. Still trading on the trend. So again, the trend is your friend until the end of the trend. Don't let anyone tell you any different. You do not have to jump at every single move the market makes. You are here to get as much capital as possible out of the large moves. Sometimes you have to be a little patient for those moves to play out. Let's put this on the daily. And even on the daily, you're still playing this out. Let's turn on some EMAs. You're under 3 major moving averages. These three, the 50-day, the 20-day, and the 100-day. The 200-day is your support. If you start trading below the 200-day, you come down and you test the trend line. If you start closing below the trend line and the 236, then we're going into a bear market. But as it stands right now, you are creating lower highs and lower lows. You just created a lower high today. What do you think is getting ready to happen? A lower low. Right there. That lower high, followed by this lower high, followed by this lower high right here. And it was actually a signal to sell based off of this candlestick formation right here. These 3 candles let you know that a sale was imminent because you lost the support. You had support momentarily and you lost it. So that right there was a clear sell signal followed by this large candle. Now, nobody saw this coming, not even myself. I don't care what anybody says. And true enough, I did take a sell on based off of the information that was given from up here, but I did not see this sale getting ready to take place. I did not. So, as it stands right now, we're in a bearish trend. Although we are on a larger time frame looking at the trend line trying to hold, but if it doesn't hold that trend line, then yeah, we're going into a bearish momentum. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin first. I'm gonna look at Bitcoin on spot. Mute your microphones, please. Let me turn the EMAs off for a second. I'll put this on a monthly. The same rejections, the same ones. Hold on. You see these high wicks right here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are all rejections from the all-time high at $126,272. If you put this on a weekly and you see I had a ascending triangle, that ascending triangle has been broken. So the uptrend has been broken, and now what used to be support right there is now resistance right here. You can see that clear as day. The next level to the downside on major support is $100,000. And I've been very vocal about the $100,000 mark in the Discord. If we lose $100,000 support and we start closing under $100,000 support, that will give way to these levels that you see in front of you, which would be $88,000, $83,000, and possibly even $70,000. I don't see this going below $70,000, but in for sake of argument, for a Fibonacci full retracement, it has to come back down to the 618.
Should be dated.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Ask somebody to mute and they still speaking. Give me 1 second. Cool. All right. Is everybody else on mute? Bet everybody's on mute. Okay. So if it does, and we start getting the candlestick closures below $70,000, then I'm looking for $57,000. So those are my targets to the downside, especially if we break the 236. Start getting those candles to close under the 236, where it used to be previous support right here on these candles here. If it turns into resistance, then next level of support is going to be down here in between these two areas, between $88,000 and $83,000. Let's put this on the daily. You got that same trend, the same exact trend that we were looking at on the total market cap. Higher high, higher low. This low is lower than this previous low, and is actually using this previous low is now your resistance. See that? So with that previous low acting as the resistance point, now this is major resistance. By that being major resistance, $100,000 level, it has no choice but to get picked up unless you have major buyers coming to the market. I don't see any major buyers coming into the market right now, especially with me looking at the MACD on the weekly. You're actually going into a sell territory. Look at your MACD. On a higher time frame, it's negative on a weekly. If you look at it on a monthly, you're losing positive momentum and getting ready to get that crossover on the monthly. But on the weekly, it's already negative. It's already in a negative stance. So taking a look at the overall trend, it would be a very natural progression for $100,000 to get picked up, which would be the next target. Currently trading at $108,000 right now. And I'm currently in a short position on Bitcoin. That is 7.32% to the downside. That is $7,906. If you have the capital to trade a whole Bitcoin, you can get $7,906 out of the Bitcoin short. Now, if it comes down to the other targets, you're looking at 17.82% and possibly even 22.37%. You get below those, you're looking at 34.37% and ultimately 46.57%. It's almost a 50% short. It's $50,325 from current price. And if you don't think that Bitcoin can do that, you don't know Bitcoin. It would be absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let's take a look at Ethereum. And I'm looking at Ethereum on the spot price. Look at that. Let's put it on the monthly first. Let me remove this line right here. Same rejections. Same rejections. But you are not creating lower highs and lower lows. This looks like you are creating higher highs and higher lows. Looks a little different. Let's see. Sit down, Socks. Where would I want to swing this from? Let me see. Do I want to swing it from here? Or do I want to swing it from here? I think I want to swing it from here. Yeah, that looks like an ideal spot. Let's see what that looks like. Interesting. You do have a closure below the 236 on the weekly time frame. Actually, it's probably on the daily. Yep, it's on the daily. You're under the 236 on the daily, but you're ranging right now between 37.53 and 39.93. I've been also vocal about Ethereum being $4,000 resistance. As long as we are trading under $4,000, Ethereum is going to come down. These are your targets to the downside. If you close below 35 or 37.53, you will be looking at a target of 33.98, another target of 29.17, and a possible target of 24.36. If this was me and I'm actually still holding my short on Ethereum, that is almost a 37% short from the current level. I would do something like a 3x leverage. I would not go anything over 5. I wouldn't even go 10. If you did, you run the risk of possibly being or stop hunted, because that's what happened earlier today. This candle right here gave a push up and had individuals thinking that the market was getting ready to run up, and it just came right back down. And if you don't know, Tuesdays are market manipulation days for the entire market. Let's take a look at the EMAs. Under 3 major moving averages on the daily. You are currently hugging the 20-day on the weekly, and this will probably be a back test to the 20-day on the monthly. See that? Back test will be somewhere around $3,058. I would probably see this come back to here, though. Let me see. It was some really good buyer interest recognized by those wicks to the left. These wicks right here, this one, and these two. Really solid buyer interest. So you might have some very solid orders that get picked up right there. So we may not even see a full Fibonacci retracement back down to the 618. But as it stands right now, you are getting rejected. And the next level to the downside for major support is your 200 day at 35.82. Now, for me, I'm going to wait because, again, I'm still in my short. So, with me holding the short, I'm going to see if the 382 gets broken. If the 382 gets broken, then my next level to the downside is going to be either here or right around that halfway mark, which is going to be at 29.17. All right. Let me take a look at Avalanche. Eesh. Let's take a look on the monthly. Ew. Oh, that's not good. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Text messages coming through. Do Not Disturb. Thank you. Okay. Avalanche. It is not looking good for Avalanche. It's not looking good for Avalanche at all. Hmm. Avalanche is in a downtrend, and a huge one at that. You were unable to break that $33 area. You're under all major moving averages on the weekly with a death cross that just took place. Your major level of support is actually down here, right there, at 1587. Shit, that's not good. Let's swing it from here. Let me see. Put this on the monthly. Yeah, let's swing it from right there. Let's see. Here to here. Thank you. Put it back on the weekly. Yeah, you're under this. Anytime, and I do mean anytime that you get under the 786 on a macro trend, you have a problem because there really is nothing but previous candles holding you up, and the next level on the Fibonacci retracement is the one spot. Let's take a look at this lightning bolt right quick. Let me see what they're talking about. I know they got a token unlock coming up. Price consolidates before potential Q4 breakout as development and adoption surge. I'm not seeing that on the chart. AVAX ranks third in developer activity among blockchains in the past 30 days, following Chainlink and Hedera, indicating strong technical engagement on this platform. And you can say that, but it does not show on the chart. It doesn't show on the chart. So they can build, absolutely. But if we don't hold $15.87 as support, and that used to be the resistance, and it comes back and it becomes resistance, and you're going to test all of these different levels over here to your left, including the one spot. Man, it's not looking good for Avalanche. Not at all. All right, let's check the chat. See what we got as far as coin requests, GLD, and cake. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at GLD. That is on the stock side. Let me take a look at all. Hold on, make sure I got the right one. Gold shares. Hmm. Put this on a monthly. You have major support at 296, currently trading at 377. Anything that's gold related, as long as the dollar is coming down, I'm seeing gold continue to rally. It would be absolutely nothing wrong with a back test though. If it does give you a back test at 296, I will grab some more. If the 20-day doesn't hold, then you could be looking at something at 258. If 258 doesn't hold, then you could be looking at something like this, which would be 232. Let's see what you got on the daily. Interesting. This thing ran up to 403. Nice. Having a really nice retracement. I would be a buyer somewhere around 371. If you can't hold 371, then you might come down and fill out 361. Let's see what you look like on the 4 hour. Yeah, you're getting the resistance on the 4 hour. Under the 20-day. Yeah, you could fill out this right here. But long term, I would just buy any major corrections. Long term, any major corrections. Any major corrections. So that's on GOD. Let's take a look at cake. I already got cake on my list. Where you at? Cake. Bam. Starting from the monthly. Let me delete all of this right quick. Pancake swap broke out the downtrend. You can see that buyer stepped in by these low wicks right here. See all these low wicks? This wick, those are all buyers. Wick, 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 wick. They like that price. They like it as long as it's holding $1.55. Currently trading at $2.73. You're actually in a range right now. You cannot break $3.11. I would like to see $3.11 get broken, and then you can start looking at those higher targets. Taking a look at the Fibonacci retracement, you can see that the 236 is very strong resistance at $3.39. If you start closing above $3.39, you can start targeting 484, 602, and 719. It's currently trading at 273. I would dollar cost average. See, playing in that range, playing in the range. That's all you're doing. So right now, let's say if I was a seller, right? If I wanted to short just to accumulate some more cake, I would just short it back down to the bottom of the range and then buy more cake at $1.60 something, $1.50 something area, and then ride it back up to the $3.11 area. And then if it shows signs of resistance, I would just sell it back down to the bottom of the range. That's how you range trade. You just buy the bottom, sell the top. Buy the bottom, sell the top. And they've been doing that for a minute. See it right here. Look, sell the top, buy the bottom, ride it back up. Sell the top, buy the bottom, right here. This is a very nice consolidation too. Very nice consolidation range. I would really like to see it break out though, because I like Pancake Swap. Not only do I like Pancake Swap, but Pancake Swap is one of the longer standing LP models as well. Yeah, this looks really good. Let's see what else we got in the chat. Nothing else in the chat. I heard somebody ask for SUI. Let me see. SUI. There we go. Let's take a look at crypto. And that's SUI futures on Coinbase. Hold on, my bad. I want the spot price. There we go. Ew. Oh, hello. All right. Let's go backwards. I think I'm gonna pull it from right there. And then I'm gonna pull that to over here. What's the matter, Socks? What's the matter? You need some water? Here, go get some water. Hold on 1 second, Joe. I'll let my dog get some water. Ugh. Come on, let's go. Good boy. What you looking at me for? Go get some water. All right. Ugh. All right, where was I? SUI. SUI is currently under the halfway mark, looking at targeting the 618. $618 is at $2.33. But you do have those low wicks again. Back here used to be resistance, back here used to be resistance, back here. If you start closing below the 618, then you can start targeting something like $2.10, possibly even $1.91. I like your hair, beautiful. So yeah, this will be really interesting to see. But as you can see, also the resistance on the daily. The resistance on the daily is playing out. You're currently at $2.46. You can come down and test that 233. Bam. Nice. 5% return. A little over 5%. Nice. I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that, especially because I know how to play it. So short, short opportunity is there. Maybe even lower than that 618. So that's just what I'm seeing on the chart. There's nothing really else to look at as far as uh trend goes. Trend is definitely bearish. That trend is big bear. Hmm. You are ranging on the monthly though. That's interesting. Let me turn this fib off. Let me see. Where are we ranging at? Right there. And then right here. So let's say we're ranging on a monthly. I'm gonna change this to a weekly. And then I'm gonna change my range again. Change the range to here. That's better. So there's your range. $1.91. $1.91. Anything closing below $1.91, then you're a big bear. Very big bear. But as it stands right now, that's just the bottom of the range. So I would buy at $1.91, and then I would just ride it back up to the $4.40. Looks good. Very nice range. Very nice range. But again, remember, if you're under $1.91, it's going to drop. All right. Let's take a look at Solana. Solana. Let's see what we got on Solana. Solana's still holding the uptrend. Looks good. Right there. Thank you. Yep. Still holding the uptrend on Solana. Until trend breaks, it's not bearish just yet. And I wouldn't say that you're bearish on Solana until you break below this area right here, $126. Even though you're trading at $184, I still wouldn't short this or try to even short this unless I have a confirmed bear. And the confirmed bear is below $126. That would be the confirmation of the bear. And actually, that looks like a range as well. From this top up here, where's my horizontal line? Thank you. Yeah, yeah, that looks better. That looks better. So I can actually just disengage that right there. And then that would be my range because it's been playing in that range for quite some time. Even though you came and you back tested and you came and you back tested, you had one complete rally out of it, and then the second complete rally, you got closures outside of the range, and then you just came back inside, back tested again, and now you got a full one again. This actually looks like it would be playing inside of that GAN box too. Let's take a look at the GAN box. Where you at, GAN? Where's the GAN? Thank you, GAN box. Let's just say right there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. You couldn't ask for a better picture. Currently getting rejected by the halfway mark on your way down to the 618. If you start closing below the 618, then I would just open a short down to the bottom of the range. And then I would just buy the bottom of the range and then take profit between here and here. If you get closures back above here, it's going to run back up to the top of the range. That's how you play that GAN box. But right now, I wouldn't short this until we got a closure below the 618. And that 618 is currently at $175. You're currently trading at $184. Don't let the percentage on the price shake you or make you move and make a hasty decision. Let the trade come to you. I'm gonna mark that line right there, 175. Let me check the chat, see if we got any more requests. I see one. You don't waste your time with the meme stock, BYND. Let's take a look. I don't mind taking a look at anything. What's that, baby? BYND. Oh, really? Okay, I get them together. Beyond Meat. Hmm, interesting. Come here, Socks. Come here. Don't eat that. He'd be all right.
Oh, wait, where is it?
Hmm.
There it go.
Might be inclined to accumulate some of this. Take a look at this. Shit. I don't know about that being a meme stock. Shit. Hmm. I wonder what the after hours is trading at. Check the chat. Chad said they was looking at that last week. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely take a look at this because on a monthly, and I wouldn't do no options or nothing. I wonder if you could buy it on Cash App. Let me see. Let me see if I could buy it on Cash App. Cash App. Mm. Come on, Cash App. Stocks. Search stocks. BYND. Yep. Oh yeah. I'm buying some in the morning. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah. Hell yeah. Sure, we're gonna buy some. Say 50 cent. Yeah. Bro, say 50 cent. Say 50 cent. Nice. Yeah. I'm just accumulate. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna accumulate because we are having an issue currently with livestock and the preservation of livestock. So I would say that Beyond Meat will be poised to do very well. And the all-time high on Beyond Meat is $205 on a body closure. It's currently trading at $3.62. So yeah, I'm gonna be a buyer in the morning. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. I'm gonna go grab me, you know what I'm saying, probably like 100 shares and just sit on it. See what happens. What's another one that I want to take a look at? Let's take a look at XRP. I don't want futures. I want the spot price.
That's what you claim.
Let me turn all of this off. There we go. Start from a monthly. Playing with the body closures. $3.06. Let's go to a weekly. On the weekly, you're currently getting rejected at $2.68. Let's go ahead and open that up a little bit. Oh yeah, let's see it on the daily. You're ranging on the daily. You are ranging between $2.20 and $2.68. If you break that range, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to fill out that wick. And the wick is down to $1.26. Now you do have a few levels on your way down. Let's not negate that. So let's just say if I wanted to do something like this right here, there's my magnet. There we go. Oh, that's nice. You're currently hugging the 618. Let's see you on the daily. You're hugging it on the daily. Really nice on the daily. Currently trading at $2.41. 618 has you at $2.39. If you get a deeper retracement from Bitcoin, you're going to get the deeper retracement from XRP. So be mindful of trying to buy the dip on XRP. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be looking to buy the dip right now. I would probably start an accumulation somewhere around $2.05, maybe even $1.91. But that wick fill would be nasty. That wick fill would be really nasty. Yeah. Let's take a look at something else. Let's take a look at Doge. Let me check the chat, make sure ain't nobody else dropped nothing in this chat. Hold on. Down. Anybody else drop anything in the chat? Nope, I don't see anything. Short XRP? I wouldn't short XRP just yet. I would not short XRP just yet, only because it's bouncing off of the 618. That's why I said don't short XRP. I didn't say anything about shorting that. Let me pull it back up. Yeah, you're getting resistance, but I wouldn't short XRP just yet. And you are getting a second round of resistance right here. But yeah, it looks good until it doesn't. So I would just let this little area play out because it's really not high conviction. Really not the high conviction. Now, and you do have resistance playing out right here, but I want to wait for that resistance to continue to play out. Because right now, with it being so volatile, you can get a quick stop hunt that'll make you believe that price is getting ready to go back up and it'll come right back down. And you got 4 days and 21 hours to play with the manipulation. So that's why I said I wouldn't short XRP right now. I'm waiting for a confirmation of the range to break. Right now, this would just be an accumulation. I wouldn't even short XRP at all. Okay. He just ate his bowl? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. We'll figure something out. Okay. Anybody got another asset they want to take me wanted me to take a look at before I get up out of here? You're welcome. Drop it in the chat. To find something else to shoot at while I'm waiting somebody to drop their assets. I don't see anything that's worth looking at. Let's go red list. You know what? Let's take a look at Chainlink. I didn't look at Link. And I didn't go over Doge. Let me go back over Doge too. And I see Chainlink. Chainlink has that same look as XRP. Like it's just accumulating. Like it's not really selling off. It looks like it's just accumulating. So the bottom of your range will be $13.24, and the top of your range would be $25.16. So if you come back down and you test $13.24, I will be accumulating at that level. So I can go ahead and actually take the Fibonacci retracement off. And that just looks like accumulation to me. See that? Look, bottom, top, bottom, top. Put playing in that level. That's all we're doing. Just playing within the range. So don't get faked out by the range trades. Range trades are really simple. Buy the top or buy the bottom, sell the top, buy the bottom, sell the top every time. All right, let's take a look at those again. See if I can get a clean chart. Just on a monthly. Look at these wicks. See these wicks right here? And it means that it's getting exhausted. It's trying to push up in price, and it cannot push the price up. I'm gonna put this line right there, and then I'm gonna put it on the weekly. Look, that was the signal to sell right there. That was a signal right there. Still getting rejected at 21 cents, currently trading at 19 cents, almost 19 and a half cents. I would really like to see a Fibonacci retracement. Let's take a look. What you doing, little buddy? Oh yeah, you're under the 618. 786 is coming up, and then your 786 is at 14, almost 14 and a half cents. 14,773. So I would be looking to accumulate on the 786 and then possibly take profit at the 618. Now, if we get a push above up to the previous level of resistance, what used to be support, because it hasn't been back tested as resistance just yet. So that's why I'm waiting on confirmation for a lot of these as well. I don't want to just take the short blindly because it looks good on the short and then I end up getting pushed out of my position. I would much rather fade any rally that takes place. So taking a look at Doge is not looking good. But if you look on the weekly, it's giving you the areas to pick it up at, which would be right at that 14.7 mark. Last thing I want to take a look at is BNB. So much. BNB is currently trading at 1069. I created this chart, I want to say a few days ago. Look, broke through my area, came back and back tested it clean. This was my support level, and it turned into resistance. Look at this. Look how clean the chart played out. This was my support level, held support, didn't have any candlestick closure below this support level. And then once you lost the support, it came back and tested it as the resistance. So you could have took the short at 1090 and then been taking profit right now. The next time I will be looking for a short is anything closing below 1043. I would not be looking for a short right now, although this bearish engulfing did show us that we are creating a new bear trend right now. But I want to get confirmation of this consolidation area, because if I put it on the 1 hour, it's chopping in that area, as you can see right now. Support, resistance. So just let it chop. Just let it chop until you get confirmation. BNB under $900 is a buy. I would highly recommend listening to that. Bro used to say a BNB under $300 was a buy, and this thing ran to $1,300. you could have made $1,000 per BNB that you purchased. So, with that being said, I'm going ahead and end this video. I appreciate everybody that was able to tune in tonight. And once this video is done rendering, I will upload it to the YouTube channel. Until the next time, peace, family. Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you.
You're welcome.